is freedom of speech and expression everywhere in the world. The second is freedom of every person to worship God in his own way everywhere in the world. The third is freedom from want, which translated into world terms means economic understandings which will secure to every nation a healthy, peacetime life for its inhabitants everywhere in the world. The fourth is freedom from fear, which translated into world terms means a worldwide reduction of armament to such a point and in such a thorough fashion that no nation will be in a position to commit an act of physical aggression against any neighbor anywhere in the world. This nation has placed its destiny in the hands and heads and hearts of its millions of free men and women, and its faith in freedom under the guidance of God. Freedom means the supremacy of human rights everywhere. Our support goes to those who struggle to gain those rights and keep them. Our strength is our unity of purpose, to that high concept there can be no end save victory.
You can tell by the details Norman Rockwell puts in the picture. The gentleman's wearing clothing that's different. He's not in a suit and tie like most of the audience. He stands up in his working man clothes, but he looks so noble. He's really inspired by the figure of Abraham Lincoln in that picture, and the citizens listen so attentively and respectfully. You see the courage of the figure in the center to stand up and speak his mind, knowing that he's in a safe, respectful environment of his community. Norman Rockwell even puts a cameo appearance of himself in the painting. The figure in the uppermost left portion is just a little glimpse of a cameo appearance of Norman Rockwell. In Freedom from Want, we're looking at a quintessential American Thanksgiving table and dinner with the family and friends gathered around the table, and this is a beautiful still life in the center of the table. We're surrounded by the animated faces and many of Norman Rockwell's family members and friends. In fact, his cook prepared the turkey that she's about to serve for the family, and Mrs. Rockwell, Mary Rockwell, is in this picture. In Freedom from Fear, we look at a moment that is carried out everywhere around the world, every night, parents tucking their children into bed, hopefully with safety and with security and with the love and knowledge that they'll be safe when they wake up in the morning. And of course we know this isn't so everywhere in the world, and so this picture captured beautifully this concept of being free from fear with a universal moment that everyone could identify with everywhere. There are many details in the picture that invite us to look closely, including the doll and the toys thrown carelessly by the side of the bed as the children are wrapped and tucked into bed with this soft cocoon wool blanket, fuzzy warm blanket. But if you look at the headline in the newspaper that the father is holding, you'll see a headline, "Bombing Horrors in London," referencing the raging war in Europe at the time when America stepped into World War II. In Freedom to Worship, we're looking at a grouping of heads, of people coming together, each worshiping according to the dictates of their own conscience. That's the phrase that's inscribed at the top of the painting, and you'll see many symbols of prayer in this picture, from the praying hands which come together to rosary beads, a Bible, other symbols of various religions, and we see a very pious, very reverential assemblage of people based on this founding tenet in our democracy of freedom to worship. It's been interesting to me to see the different reception over the years that people have to the four freedoms. At times, at certain times of the year, of course, people seem to identify most closely with the freedom from want picture because of this warm family gathering and the tradition of Thanksgiving in America. Freedom of speech has often been described as the most powerful freedom, both compositionally and as a painting, and also as one of the founding tenets of our nation. But in recent times, when we've seen the world changed and rocked by the events of 9/11, freedom from fear has become more powerful to people and more inspirational. And so I think this is one of the truly universal aspects of not only these four paintings but President Roosevelt's ideals, that these freedoms are timeless, and over time our vigilance and our need to defend them changes and shifts, and Norman Rockwell captured them so beautifully with these everyday moments in our lives that we continue to identify with these pictures.
That kind of world is the very antithesis of the so-called new order of tyranny which the dictators seek to create with the crash of a bomb.
Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order, of a new world order, of a new world order.
New order of tyranny which the dictators seek to create with the crash of a bomb.
Of a new world order, of a new world order, of a new world order. The Gulf War put this new world to its first test.